Hi everyone, and just before this podcast starts, I'd like to apologise for not having one up last weekend. It was a bit of a busy weekend for me and Jack included, so it's quite a bit of a rushed. It would have been a rushed podcast, and it would have been a bit of an abrupt ending. It was just a bit of a busy weekend for me to do so, but we're here now. Today we're going to be talking about 2K14 and reviewing it for your pleasure. If you'd like to stick around for that, we've also got some GTA 5 heist content because they recently released a new heist as part of a new update, and of course we'll be doing a little quiz at the end as well. So, with all that being said, please watch today's episode of the Gaming Corner.
Yes.
Hello everyone, and might as well give some welcome back to the Gaming Corner. I'm joined once again by Jack. How are you?
Right.
Good looking, very nice indeed. That's I on.
Thank you very much,
Smartly
anyone.
dressed.
Anyone?
Meanwhile, I'm ready for bed. Today we are going to be doing a review of WWE 2K24. It was meant to be done last weekend, but at the beginning of this podcast, I'll explain why. I won't say it now because it will flood the studio. And then at the end, we'll also do a little conversation, a little talk about GTA 5 as they released a little update, a little heist, and we'll talk about that and our opinions on that. We'll also do a little 6-question quiz on 2K game on WWE games, not just 2K. A little thought process on that. And I'm joined by Jack, and we're going to go right into it.
Nobody said that.
With 2K24, we're going to go through the modes individually and have a little chat about each and every one of them. I think the best place for us to start with, considering it's probably the most we've played, is online. Your opinions on online, the game modes that were allowed on online, and the connection, the servers and stuff. Carry on.
Well, I think that this 2K online-wise has probably been the best. I think since they've merged. I think the style of the matches, the match types are quite good. Now there's a couple of new ones. The ambulance match, the what's the other one?
Special ref.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. When we did that, they're quite good. I think it also makes online less boring now because it's got a lot more variety of match, not just the regular one-on-ones, the extreme balls. You've got something a bit more fun. We can have a laugh, especially with special guest referee. You can just have a laugh with your mates.
Yeah.
So get too seriously. I think how the matches like happen, so like the moves and everything seem a bit more realistic. So like the reversals and about are quite good. Connection-wise, I've had no issues with it apart from the triangles.
Yes. So, ironically, we were talking about this in the last podcast because we were talking. What were we talking about? We mentioned it for some reason about your resiliency, and for some reason, it still is an issue. So it could be something to do with PS4 and playing it on there, or it could be something to do with the internet. But
I would say because I lag on 2K. When we played 2K, I've never lagged never lagged some jitters. It's completely
true.
Smooth. The only time when we do it is when I do R2 triangle.
Yeah. When we use resiliency, I'll give you them that.
Yeah. I said when we do it.
Right.
Resiliency.
So online for me, very similar to Jack there. It's fun. I'm glad they added every single mode, every new match type into the game, into there as well. They have done in the past where they haven't updated it into other modes, which is a shame. But luckily this year they have done, and it's spiced up online a little bit because it can get a bit boring doing the same old match type, same match in a way. Start off, run at each other, do a couple of moves, go out the ring, get weapons. The same old style, a bit different with the special referee and ambulance, which we've had a lot of fun on recently as well. We're still yet to try out casket match and the gauntlet match. which I'm looking forward to do. We've tried the ramp camera, on online. I'm glad they added that feature in online as well, because that could be a problem if it wasn't in there. So that's online. I think they've done a bit better with that. However, next year, which I don't think it will be next year, maybe in a couple of years, I would love them to add either an online GM mode or an online universe mode. So really get it up there. And really get the online moving. However, I don't think they'll do it until it goes to New Gen.
Yes, because your PlayStation won't cope with that.
I don't know if you can hear, because it's coming mental right now.
I can't hear it at all.
The fans are going fucking crazy.
Thank God.
We'll see. But yeah, online, I think, is good this year, and we've had a lot of fun playing with it. So let's move on to, I think, we'll incorporate it so we'll do play. So all the match types and everything, just playing it and using all that. So, play. What I like about, say special guest referee, I'm stumbling. Special guest referee is a very detailed mode that I've enjoyed them doing. That's fucking The Undertaker's and Jack through. The special guest referee, the fact that you can do both, you can be a good referee, you can be a bad referee, you can be a bit of both. And the things we can do with that, you can get the turnbuckles, you can put them back. You can count the pins, you can not count the pins, you can do rope breaks when you're in the fucking middle of the ring, which I think is fantastic, and I'm glad they did that. A really detailed mode that I didn't think they would do. And it just made me very happy that they've added it back in a better way. I would like them to add it into more of a, you could do 2 men, you could do 3 men, you could do 4 men. It would be a lot better and less restricted. But with that, it is a good mode, and I'm glad they added it on. Ambulance match is next. I'll let you talk about that, Jack. Because I think that's probably the fun you've had the most on.
Yes, it is. But what I've had the most fun on, you can have a lot of fun in that mode, not take it too seriously, which is what I like. I like the fighting on top of the ambulance. You can climb and do moves on there. Like you can throw them off the ambulance, jump down off the ambulance onto the canvas, which is good. I also like how you can break the ambulance and you spam the buttons, open the door. That's quite good. Yeah.
I tried so hard. Oh.
So that's quite a good mode to do with the sort of mashing the buttons, sort of break the door from being shut. That's quite good. Quite clever how they use that. Because I was wondering how they're going to try and sort of break the whole door.
Yeah.
Not put in how they're going to shut the door. How can you break that feature? Is quite good.
Because I like the fact it's similar to submissions when you do a submission, because people know how to do them. So it's not like a random new mechanic they've got to get used to. They already know what they're doing.
Yeah. Also, one thing I would say I would like to change though is when the match finishes, why can't we see the ambulance drive out of the arena like you're doing?
Yeah, I agree.
That can't be hard to do, so I think it's supposed to be.
And not the same animation.
Yeah,
and the casket match. Oh, we have done the casket match.
Yeah, I put you in it.
Oh yeah, of course you did.
Well, I won that match.
Oh yeah, but they're very similar match types in a way. So it's kind of like you're talking about the same match, really. We're talking about ambulance and casket. But yeah, so I think the overall play, I think you could go into, honestly, you could pick play, and you could literally spend hours just in that mode, in that bit, just pissing about, on one-on-ones, ambulances, specials, gauntlets. Gauntlets are fucking fun. I've played a lot of gauntlets since, because I do it for universe mode. We'll talk about that in a bit as well. I've got a bit of a problem with that one. And we'll talk about that, because I think gauntlets are the best edition they've had this year, and I'll talk about that in a bit. But we'll move on now to My GM. We'll talk about My GM mode. I've not got this in any order, so we'll just talk about this in any way we can. So my GM, we've both played a little bit of it. Jack struggled because there was a weird. I think it was a bit of a glitch to be honest.
I don't understand.
He booked the show basically, but it wouldn't let him carry on and actually play the show for some reason, despite all the slots being filled. Everything was filled. It was all good. And it was just good. It was good fun. But what's your opinions on GM mode?
I think this year is a lot more fairer. So the last GM mode was ridiculous. You could book a really great show with amazing matches, but if the superstars don't mix, chemistry-wise, they don't meet with their abilities, your show gets actually slaughtered 1-2 stars, which makes no sense. This year, from what I've played of it, does seem more on par. So actually, the shows all seem to get the similar rating. There's a bit more. It's normally after 2 weeks, you're last place and you're millions behind in fans. Whereas this year, there's actually a decent chance of actually progressing. We're actually having a good show, actually winning the quote war with the other brands.
Yeah.
Another good thing, I like the menus now. It all seems to be in one area now. It's not all. Before it felt like everything was in different places. Now it all seems to be this bit's here. So when you're booking the show and production, it's all in one area now, which is good. Even just the social bits, it's all more kind of all over the place. It's more together, so it's easy to navigate. The draft bit's still the same, and the abilities is the same. But I like the choices of GMs. Quite good as well, like Eric Bischoff and Mick Foley. Yeah. So overall, I think it's a big improvement to last year.
Yeah, I agree. I think the one thing I like about it as well is the fact that when you pick your stage crew, it's stuck with you until you want to go up again. You haven't got to keep changing it back and forth to save money. It's there. It's your slot. It's done. It's there for you to use when you want. Until you want to upgrade and get, when you get more money, you can upgrade to a bigger, better stage and crew. I think GM mode is a big improvement. I like the class styles. I think that they still work, but I think that they give you a bit more better ratings based on the rating of the superstar you're using, as well as just that. I like the fact you can trade. I've not actually got into this mode where you can trade yet, but the fact you can trade superstars from different shows, that will be fun to use and the good stuff. I think there's a couple new cards you can pick against other GMs that could help you win a little bit further down the line when you really get into the gripes of the game.
Abilities, so plus 25 on fans, or cost the other managers more money to book a show, or cheat cards you can give to help you.
That'll help. So I think GM mode is a massive improvement, and I think what I like about GM mode is because I think they've really tried to do this every year. It's just gradually got better. Every single game they've released. So maybe next year it will be the best mode in the game. It might even be, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think they just need to, I suppose, probably just make it a bit. It does seem quite fun, but I suppose it can get a little bit boring after a while. So maybe they can think of more new ways, cheap to have a good show. But I suppose one thing they probably have is in bit random when you go to play the FIFA career modes, and they get those social be set up a Twitter page, you see all the comments. That'd be quite good. If you had a social proper social area where you can see people's thoughts on the show. You see little brief comments at the end, but you don't have a full social area to look at.
Like a Twitter page.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, that would be good. But I think overall it's a good mode, and it's a massive upgrade to last year as well. We'll move now to bit random. We'll go to the Creation Suite, because I want to talk a little bit about that. Because I think they've added some incredible new moves. We'll talk about the movesets first. So, I literally created a custom character, Billy Gibbs, because I always do, that's me. Never looks like me. Probably the funniest thing about it. But the moveset they've added some incredible new moves. I think basically just because of the superstars they've added to the game. But the movesets this year, I think, are incredible, and the best they've been. I think entrances are quite good as well. The advanced entrances and things like that. But I think they need to add a little bit more. I would love it to create a story. I've been banging on this drum for about 4 years. It ain't coming back for a couple of years, I don't think, again, until maybe new gen.
Create a story, I forgot.
Yeah, I would love it. I will love it if we create a story, I just think it'll be the next big thing in the game that would
I actually
really
remember
push it.
a while, years ago, like Chris, we came here in storylines, and that was quite a fun feature. I forgot about that feature, actually.
It would be fucking phenomenal for universe modes as well. Incorporate it. They should incorporate that with universe mode. But yes, the creation suite, good stuff, but they need to add more save slots for cores, for custom characters. That would be good as well. But overall, I think, again, a bit of an upgrade to the creation suite, and a bit of an upgrade overall in the movesets as well. Massive upgrade in the movesets. We'll do a little talk on Showcase, and your thoughts on the Showcase this year. I've got a few thoughts so far, but what are your opinions? I think we might differ.
I think this Showcase this year, I think it's, for the period that we're in with 40 years of WrestleMania, it makes sense. Because it would have been odd if they did a showcase about a superstar, even though this is 40 years of WrestleMania, so it had to be WrestleMania themed. I suppose what they could have done, is instead of just the matches, I thought maybe it's like have like little like stories over the 40 years. So like you play some of the rivalry between Shawn Michaels and Undertaker 2009. You do some of the segments, you play the match, and then you jump years 2012. You do the segments of Triple H and Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, then the Shawn Michaels match up with the Hell in a Cell, the end of an era match. Those kind of, instead of doing a match, 40 years, just do like a block of like, have like a little story of the biggest sort of storylines into wrestling. That could have been quite good. But this 40 one's not too bad, but some of the matches are a bit difficult. So I remember, I think it was the second or third match, some of the objectives were really difficult to do. Because also you're doing the objectives, but also your opponent's getting more and more like finishes. So when they keep this finish and you're trying to do an objective, it can be quite difficult when they're trying to deliver their finishing moves to you. But overall, I'm happy with it. I think it's the right time for that kind of showcase. But next year it'd have to be about a superstar or a period. But this year it makes sense.
I agree to say I think it's an okay showcase. I think 40 years are good. I think some of the matches they've chosen are a bit weird. I think they could have chosen a few different matches. Obviously, some are beyond their circumstances. But I just feel it's really lacking in everything else. I know what you're saying. You said previously you like the tech they use when they go back and forth.
Yeah, I like that.
With going into the video footage and the game footage. That's absolutely fine to me if they added the real commentary from the match itself. The fact we lost that, and the fact that My Rise has some incredible motion capture, they use for motion capture, they really could have done a bit more with that. I just feel like sometimes they have so much of the real life footage that you just lose the game. Like the game part of it.
Yeah, I think some of it. You're right. Actually, think about some matches in the showcase had a lot. I say kind of like a near minute long of like physical, like So, for example, one match. I think it was Steamboat and then Steamboat and Randy Savage. I think the ending of that match was in the actual video. It wasn't in the game. It was actually done in. You don't actually do the ending. You don't actually do the pin. You actually see a video of the pin in real life, and then it cuts back to, in the game and then the celebration. That bit makes sense. I suppose it could get overused. I suppose the clips from going from real life to in game. But I think that I like that kind of thing where you kind of sort of flash back to what was then there, sort of back and think that bit I like. But I think you're right about being overused too much.
Yeah, they just use too much. They just use too much of the footage. Like if they had snippets of it and they come back and forth with it a lot more, like the fact that like you said, that first match, that you didn't pin them, the video did essentially. It's a bit a bit naff in my opinion. So yeah, I think hopefully it improves, or it's replaced by Road to WrestleMania again, because I would love that, and it's not been in for a while, but it would be good if it was.
It would make more sense for that to be in this game as this year, I think. They could have put Road to WrestleMania a lot as another mode you could have done in this game. That could be quite good.
That's too good.
Price my faction. Who plays my faction? That'd be funny.
There you go. That actually is a good segue to my faction.
Yeah.
I'll talk a little bit about that because I mean we haven't actually touched on it, or I have not played it. Neither's Jack, but I have seen the things you can win from playing it. The mode itself, there's a lot more people playing it than there was before, and the fact that you can win things like 2009 Sheamus.
Nine Sheamus.
You can get the action figure of John Cena.
The 2014 Seth Rollins as well, wasn't it?
Yep. Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you can get more things like that. So yeah, my faction's interesting, but I do think it's time to move away from my faction. It's not 2K's game. It's not, leave it with NBA. I like to use my hands in it, don't I? So let NBA do that, not WWE. Wrestling games aren't really for that way, in my opinion. What have we talked about? Talked about my faction, GM mode, showcase, universe, on top. So let's move on over to me because it's universe mode, the mode that I play the most. There's Ultimate Sandbox mode that hasn't been changed in 4 fucking years. More than that, 10.
It's been.
It really, it really needs an upgrade. I'm sorry. I love playing it. I still will play it until the game is done, until we get to the next cycle, because it's what I do. I like to add different ways. One of the reasons why I'm even competing and completing the showcase mode is so I can have an old style wrestling universe mode. We do an old Raw, do an old SmackDown. I might even do an AEW universe mode. I like doing them as well. Roll your eyes, do you want, you bitch. We will. I love playing universe mode, and I want to do another series on it. We'll see about that. There's a lot of things like that. It needs some upgrades, though. You're sitting there, you're doing the same modes, you're doing the same things. Honestly, if they didn't add Gauntlet, if they didn't add Special Referee, and all the other new match types, it would be the worst addition of Universe Mode there is. Because there has not been a single addition into the actual mode other than the cutscenes. And it needs addressing. Next year, this is my rant moment, I'm going off, baby. This is the moment it needs changing. The team needs to look at Universe Mode like they do with GM Mode and upgrade it massively. If it's not changed, if it's not upgraded next year, it's a fucking failure. That's Universe Mode, and we'll move on. Otherwise, I might cry. What have we not covered?
You've done My Rise, you've done
Showcase.
Universe Mode, Showcase Mode, Online, Creation.
That's it, innit?
All the modes you've covered, yeah. So overall thoughts of the game then?
Yeah. So we'll talk about overall thoughts in the game. I think I'm going to give a rating of between 1 and 10. I want you to do the same thing, Jack. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
I'm giving it yeah, I'd agree. 8 out of 10, I think. Yeah.
If you liked 2K23, if you like 2K23 and you want to add a bit more fun, a bit more spice, and a bit more additions, it's a great game. It's a fantastic game, but it does have restrictions that I hope are lifted next year. I hope restrictions. Special guest referee needs to have multi-men. Universe Mode needs a lot more additions, but as a base game that you can play with your friends, if you have any, it is very, very good, and I enjoy it a lot. I think it's a great game. It's a great game, and I think it'll be even better in 2025. It's a good game. That's why it's 8 and not more. Your thoughts?
Every time you say good game there, good game.
Your thoughts?
Oh, well, I think what you just said. I like the showcase mode. I like the match types on the online. It's a lot more. You're not going to get bored of it 6 months time down the line. So because if you get bored of doing matches, you can just do a gauntlet or a basket match or whatever. So overall, it's a good game. Good game. Good game.
Good game. Yeah, and I do want to quickly add, I love the ramp camera. I think the ramp camera adds a lot more to Royal Rumbles. I couldn't get that word out. Adds a lot more to Royal Rumbles and Gauntlets. And Gauntlet Eliminators specifically. It's a good mode, good game. Good game. It's a great game, fucking hell. But yeah, so that is the overall thoughts and review of WWE 2K24. Let's talk about GTA. GTA 5 was upon us 10 years ago. It had an update. It had a heist update. Jack, your thoughts on the new heist that we played this week?
Well, I wouldn't even call it a heist, to be honest with you.
Have that, Rockstar.
I would, yeah, fair. I would call it just a glorified mission. That bowl will never be seen again. I'll find that bowl about 6 months' time. That would be a glorified mission, to be honest with you. I think there's a lot of prep missions for that, for a really small sort of out. So the missions, the way it was done was kind of good. So like you didn't need to, well, first you didn't need to buy a place to do the heist. You could just do it, get a call, you go to the place and you get the missions. I like how you get the little as a heist leader, you get the little tick box like what you've done, which is quite good. The missions aren't too bad. They're fine. They've got, you can tell they tried to make it different. So like it's very led by you pick what you want, as in like your loadout, what get over because you want. Normally it's not them telling you what to get, but this time it's you can decide how you want to approach it, and it's more like they say, right, remember to do this. It's not like telling you what to do. You can tell you the baseline, but sometimes say, oh, do this as well, or we can do this as well, kind of thing. You can decide what to do it. That's quite good. But I would just say to them more than a glorified larger mission or call it a heist. But overall, I like that, and I like the. You can unlock that new police car. You can purchase that, but it's a fucking £4 million.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. But for a little heist to do with friends, if you had an afternoon or a couple of days there, if you want to spread out a bit of time, it's a good one to do. It paid all right, but I think it only paid right because it was double money. I think when we were doing it, so we've got $500,000, so it probably be less when you play it about the double money. So overall, it's all right. Be interested to see now if they're going to do a summer one, because normally they do winter and summer.
Yeah.
This was quite a surprise kind of deal. So I'm wondering, is this be it now till Christmas, or they're going to do something for the summer? Personally, I think they'll probably do a small DLC in the summer, like maybe cars and a few missions or some modes. But for big like DLCs, they want to call it that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. When we played the heist, I felt like for some reason the setups were leading to a harder heist, because I don't think it was that hard.
No, it wasn't. It was alright, I thought. It was. No, it wasn't that difficult. We were on hard difficulty, so we had no lives left. But it was really easy. The enemies weren't that overly difficult. There's no OP enemies.
There's no juggernauts.
The only bit I found somewhat difficult was when we went to the part where you have to find the 3 computers to get the code for the safe.
Yeah, that's also because we were fucking idiots.
Yeah, get to use that Wi-Fi this tracker thing. So you have to have it out, but one person needs to have it out with no gun. So that's probably difficult. But it took about how long did it to do? 20 minutes? Probably?
Not long at all, really.
So, but it's good. But this is the quality we're going to get now. There'll be no more big DLCs now, because this time next year this game could be done now. So next year, and B, you want to spend all the resources into a new GTA, not an old one.
Yeah.
But it's been like this for the past, I'd say. The last big DLC would have been probably December 2020 when we had the Kai Preco Island type thing. That's probably the last big DLC in this game.
I agree. Yeah.
It'll just be small ones like this.
Yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of it. It was fun to play, but it was not massively upgrading anyway. It was not a high set I'd probably play again. If I'm honest.
No, neither am I.
Yeah, it's like I said, I like the way that you don't have to have like a specific room to do it, to trigger it, but there's no point. I won't trigger it again. So it's a good job.
Neither lie.
Yeah, there you go. That is GTA 5. I think it's time to put it to bed, to be honest with you. Get gone.
It's the only reason why, believe it or not, it's still the die-hard fans, if you know I'm a die-hard. Sweat. I used to be a sweat of the game, but I don't really replay it now when a DLC kind of about it.
Yeah.
But I think it's been put to bed for the last how many years? I'd say 5 years. It's been on tour the downward spiral. The fan base is going up, but the quality and what you're getting, like missions and stuff, sort of decreased a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So there you go. That is our review of 2K24, which I think was a very good game. There we go again. It's a good game. I rated it an 8 out of 10. What did you rate it again?
8 as well. 8
as well. A good level. GTA, I'm giving that a 5.
Out of 10 for the heist, probably 4.
Yeah, very similar. Very shit.
Yeah.
So that's GTA 5 in a nutshell. We're going to move on now to our 6-question quiz. We normally do 15. And we have a bit of a league table, but because it's such a specific quiz that only Jack would really know, Joe wouldn't really know much of it, we're not putting the points onto the league table. I just want to see how many you can get right. So it's 6 questions about WWE games as a whole. I'd say there isn't anything older than WWE SmackDown vs. Raws. So I'll give you that. So base it on
2005 onwards. 2006 onwards.
A bit more than that.
2009 onwards.
Go from there. So, are we ready? Have you got pen, paper? You got computer ready? I'll let you set that up.
Go for it.
Okay. First question. Who is on the cover of 2K18?
Go on then.
What was the last time before this game that special referee was included in a WWE game?
Oh. Bloody hell. I'm gonna say, yeah.
Just want to let everyone know as well, I did create this quiz. There's not many good quizzes you can find on the website, so that's why it is, and it's also why there's 6 questions, not 10 or 15. Who was 2K19's showcase based on?
I wouldn't have a clue.
I'll give you a slight. Well, it's not a clue, but it's a very random one, given the time. And it was based on a modern superstar in that time.
I think. Oh, it's not right. I can't play that. It's not even the most likely person. But I guess name. Pretty wrong. That's wrong. But
what was the first year a WWE game went to the first new gen?
Yeah.
What was the last year WWE games had a road to WrestleMania?
Yeah.
And finally, what game made WWE games stop releasing yearly for a bit?
Happy with it. Yeah.
Okay. So we've got 6 questions. Let's see how you get one. Who is on the cover of 2K18?
AJ Styles.
It's Seth Rollins.
Oh, that's it. I can picture it now. Was he 19 when he AJ Styles, isn't he?
Yes, I believe you're right.
Damn it. Yeah.
What was the last time before this game special guest referee was in WWE games?
I said 2K14.
Correct.
Also, I had a funny feeling it was in that mode.
Who was 2K19 Showcase based on?
Randy Orton's not right, I know.
Daniel Bryan.
Was it really? I don't think I played 2K19. I think I skipped that 2K19. I don't remember playing that. No.
Very good game. Good game.
2K15.
What was the first year WWE games went to the first new gen? Correct.
We had no Create Arena and then I was gutted.
How shit is that?
I know. It really took it out, Nicholas.
Yeah. What was the last year WWE games had a road to WrestleMania?
Was it SmackDown vs. Raw 2011?
Oh, it was close. It's WWE12.
Because I remember playing it on S-Raw 2011 with, you could have Undertaker, you could choose if you want to play your career one.
WWE12, the Sheamus one. They had loads of fucking belts.
Yes, I remember it now.
And 13 was the first year I really included like a showcase because it was the WWE13 Attitude Era mode. And then finally, what game made WWE games stop releasing yearly for a bit?
2K20.
Great. You did indeed. It called a crash. And this is
Yeah.
How much did you get?
How much did I get? I got 3 right, so half of it.
Right. That's not too bad. 3 out of 6.
Yeah, I was trying to picture AJ Styles. Was he 19 or 18?
Yeah, he was 19.
I was going through, what was, 2K 17. Because I think, was it Seth or AJ? I was getting that gap confused. Yeah. Makes sense now, because that year was the Beast Slayer, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, Rumble?
Yeah, he did, because he dropped, didn't he, and beat him.
There you go. That is the 6 question quiz, and that is the gaming corner for this week. If you enjoyed it, please consider following us on Spotify and subscribe to the YouTube.
You never said where he was last week, though.
That's going to be pre-trailer, so I'm going to put that before the podcast starts.
I don't know.
On my own. I film it myself. So that is the gaming corner. I hope you all enjoyed, and I have a slight announcement that I'd like to add to the end of this end of this podcast. I have a new channel. It's called Billy Gibbs IRL. I'm going to be posting everything in real life content, so from vlogs to rants to reviews. The first video is kind of up. It's basically me announcing the channel. It's on YouTube. I should be able to link it in the description down below. So if you can, go over there and give us a little subscribe. Give us a subscribe, as Wrestle Talk would say. So yeah, think about doing that, please. That'd be great. The first video I should be doing in a few days is reviewing the Sidemen cereal. So please do. So please go over there and subscribe to see that content. You can like, share with everyone you can see. Thank you so much for being here, Jack Bitton. Once again. And we'll be back next week, hopefully, with some more bounce back in new content for the Gaming Corner podcast. Until then, ta-ra!
You keep that in. It's so